Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today to educate you of a concerning phenomenon. A temporary yet overwhelming state of melancholia. Hallmarks include an all-enveloping sadness, unavoidable despair, and a creeping sense of dread that disperses as suddenly as it appears. Hear me now, friends, for if you should find yourself suffering from any of these side effects, I regret to inform you that you have got the morbs.
All right, let's do an intro episode. That's how it should start.
All right. Yep.
Welcome to Got the Morbs Oddcast. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
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 So, how what's the easiest way to tell everybody how this made sense?
I don't know that it does.
No. Well, how do we explain how we came together to do this?
Well,
The easiest way.
our dad and your mom.
Oh, no,
Wait.
we're not going there. Do we start with how we've been best friends since we were like 12?
Sure.
But we've known each other even longer because we are cousins.
Yes. And
And
I'm
then-
older, so I've known you for your whole life.
Right. By like what, 9 months?
Yeah.
8 months. But then you have also known this gentleman to my right
Hello.
his whole life
Yes, I have.
because he is your sibling,
Yes.
which also makes him my cousin. Is that easy enough to follow?
Yeah.
Y'all got that?
Yeah,
We could have started with names too.
we could have done that. What was that?
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm Erin.
Hi, Erin.
Hi.
What do you want to tell us about yourself?
Oh, I don't want to start there. Who are you?
Oh, Beth.
Oh,
It's me.
Oh, I'm Ken.
hey, Ken.
I'm Ken.
What I do want to start with is something that I did not think about until after we had already decided we were doing this. People can be really mean and they'll leave reviews like, I can't listen to that one because I hate their laugh.
Yeah.
And we're going to get the comments that are like, I can't listen to this one because I hate her hoarse voice. Because ever since I had my thyroid out, I have this froggy voice. And I didn't think about the
I
fact
thought
that
you
we're
meant
going to be
like-
talking.
Nay.
Yes. So, if you guys are going to leave mean comments about my horse voice, nay to you, because I can't help it.
Let's get him out of the way, episode
So
one.
let's get that out of the way.
If you're going to leave it now.
Don't be mean. You're going to make fun of a cancer survivor? That's on you. That's on you. Do you want to say something about you or
Sure.
your horse voice or what kind of voice?
Sure. Well, my name is Beth. I have a kid and a husband and 2 cats. And I work as an editor. And I just have, like Erin, I have always liked just everything weird and gross and terrible.
This is true. Do you remember my mom saying to us, Erin, why do you and Beth like dead things?
Oh,
Your brothers don't like dead things. Why do you?
She also told us we were obsessed with bodily functions.
She did.
We won't be
I
talking
don't know
about
if
those.
that's true. Well, we might, but
Yeah.
And before you go any further, Ken, is this an interest that you share as well, or no?
Yeah. I think it was a delayed thing for me. It was never super interesting to me to watch I know growing up you watch like Unsolved Mysteries and stuff like that. And we were always into crime shows like CSI and stuff. But those were
Okay.
scripted.
Well, because do you remember when we were kids and the nights when Cops came on or Top Cops?
Yeah.
Our whole family would sit around and watch. Well, because our dad's a police officer.
Yeah. Or Rescue 911. We would watch a lot.
Okay. So
So
yeah.
it's kind of, yeah. But no, with the rise of Netflix true crime documentaries and streaming stuff where you could find documentaries, you could find great documentaries on YouTube. My wife and I we consume all that stuff. A lot more of the mainstream stuff. And for whatever reason, I don't know if it's healthy, but I do find myself drawn to Oh, that story was really fucked up. Are we allowed to swear?
You're in the right
Are we allowed
place.
to swear?
We are.
But yeah, true crime for sure. It's I think part of it might have come from our dad being.
What about spooky stuff? Do you believe in ghosts?
I do not believe
No?
in ghosts.
Okay, well, one of the things we
Do you?
should eventually talk about is your haunted house that you grew up in.
It's not haunted.
You don't think so?
It was.
I think so. We've never talked about this with you.
You just weren't old enough to know.
Do you? Okay, don't give anything
Well,
away
this is all
because we
news.
should do that
hang
episode
on.
about that.
I feel like you guys should have told me sooner.
I know.
What if there's a
I know stories about
Victorian
you.
specter following me around for my whole life and I never knew it?
Well, I don't want to give anything away, but do you remember night terrors?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. There's a connection between that stage of your childhood and a certain room in that house. You don't know about that? You didn't?
No.
Okay, well then we're doing an episode
Where
on
would you
that.
guess it was?
A room in our house?
Yeah.
I don't remember that house. We
Because
moved.
we're going to have to bring your sister on too because she also
Oh,
has
yeah.
stories and you have stories of that room.
Yes.
All three of you were
We
in
moved
that
out of that
room.
house. What year? Like when I was.
You were 12.
Oh, then
yeah.
I was 6 years younger than that or so. So I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well then we will get to that.
Well, hey, stay tuned to hear about the haunted house that I lived in that I
Yeah.
didn't know about.
But you laughed at me when you talked about doing this, and I said, "Are you up for this? Can you handle this?" And
Yeah.
you're like, "Of
Can you
course."
handle this? Yes, of
Well,
course
I didn't
can.
know. I mean, Beth and I go way back to where we would have sleepovers and rent horror movies. I remember renting Candyman and Exorcist at my house. I remember watching It and People Under the Stairs at your house. And then reading ghost stories as a kid. Then you get a little older and it's Goosebumps. You get a little older and it's R.L. Stein, Fear Street. Then you're 12 and you're reading Stephen King already, and you shouldn't be, but you are.
Look at that bookshelf over there. I got
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
a nice collection of Stephen
a
King.
little bit.
I can remember far back grade school, I would look in the troll book orders and I'd be getting the books about like Egyptian mummies
The
and
Bermuda Triangle.
the sinking of the Titanic. Yeah, all that dark stuff. Or even before that, my poor grandma wanted to make sure that I was a good Catholic girl, and she would buy me books about Lives of the Saints. And she thought that I was reading those because I was, in my little Catholic schoolgirl uniform. But no, they had the most horrific torture methods that they would, that the saints would be put to death. They were on fire. They were stoned to death. They were, and
Eaten by wolves.
I specifically remember having this little collection of them that I would read because they had illustrations and all of the horrible ways that they died.
Nice. I would go to the library that was right down the hill from our house, and I would take out a bunch of books. I probably took out everything from the parapsychology area,
Yeah.
like at least twice.
I'd be searching them at other libraries to send to my library. What you got out there?
Yeah.
So yeah, this goes pretty far back, at least for us. Anything spooky, anything creepy, mysterious, gross. So here we are.
Well, is anybody else going to say anything about themselves, or is it just going to be me?
Yeah, Ken, you go ahead.
Me? I grew up in a haunted house. I was haunted by I don't know. I'm a pretty normal dude, outwardly anyway. I'm married. I got 4 kids.
You said you weren't going to number them.
Maybe I'm throwing them off with a
Maybe
different.
he actually has 6.
Maybe I have 6, and 2 of them are underneath the floorboards in my attic.
Oh, Ken gets off a good one.
I got the morbs.
So I don't know. I was a blue collar worker for like 17 years. That sucked. COVID happened. I quit. I became a voice actor. I've taught myself a lot of like audio kind of stuff, and that's when Erin, out of the blue, approached me if I knew how to produce a podcast, and I don't, but I told her I could.
You built this nice soundproof room.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
speaking
we're in.
so
I hope it sounds great.
might as well speak in it.
Yeah. So I too grew up with an interest in the morb. kind of following in the footsteps almost of you guys, where I don't know that I would have been introduced to a lot of it without you guys, like doing that and like, oh, they're watching this. Let me try to watch that just so I'm cool. But then once like when Netflix started, when they were doing like mail-in things, when you had to mail the DVDs. Way back. I started to get, I think the first one I got, I want to say, was like House of a Thousand Corpses, I think. And I was just like, I just got like every horror movie I could. And I just for whatever reason, love watching like horror thrillers. Not really like slasher stuff, like doesn't really do it for me. You know, like Scream and Halloween and Freddy and or like Terrifier. I don't know how you guys watch that stuff.
Oh my gosh, my kids love it.
But I have watched it. You know, it doesn't bother me all that much. But I do have a bend to like the supernatural and demonic stuff.
But you don't believe in it?
No.
Huh.
It's all kind of a fantasy kind of thing. And then to like this day, like that's only kind of movies I watch. I consume a lot of that. Like I've been going to the movies like by myself to see stuff.
I love going to the movies by myself.
I've never done that.
So
I used to rag
awesome.
on it because I had a friend that used to do that. And it sounded really lame, but it's actually one of the best ways to experience
maybe I'll
some
try
of it.
that sometime.
So yeah. I true crime, love it. I love watching the documentaries. I like watching the story unfold. I like hearing how the crimes were solved. I like, through the power of hindsight, ragging on all the cops that haven't figured out this stuff, you know. Because it all seems so obvious to us, but at the time, it's hard to put yourself in these shoes where they don't have all the pieces and they don't have all the information that we have. And it's really interesting to see them piece that together. And it's also really satisfying to like, oh, it's like 30 years later. And like they figure out some of this stuff. It's very interesting to me. So I'm curious to see what you guys have brought to the table, because I think I've heard you guys talk about which cases you have here.
Right.
And I haven't heard of either of them.
So, okay, I'm Erin. I have 2 kids, married, 3 wiener dogs, 2 cats, and I work in the vintage business. Beth and I have been talking about doing a podcast for years, and we wanted to do something different that not everyone was doing. There's already so many true crime ones. We listen to a lot of true crime podcasts that we enjoy, and we just kept putting it off because we couldn't think of something unique. And finally, I just said to Beth, why don't we just do what we know and we love, and that is creepy things. Then we approached Ken. We said, would you be our boss man? Would you run the behind the scenes stuff? And then I was like, you know what? Actually, you're really funny, so you should just be on this with us. And I think it'll be fun to bring in a new, come on into our world. Because I can talk to Beth about these cases, and we know the same ones probably, and it'll be fun to like talk about these with someone that doesn't know. So yeah, we want to talk about true crime. We want to talk about creepy things, spooky things, weird things. I know that I personally want to talk about a lot of Ohio cases, but not necessarily all of them. The 2 that we are going to start off with are both Ohio cases.
We're in Ohio, by the way.
Very local.
I don't know if we said.
And we
Hyper
kind
local.
of have family ties to both of them in a weird way, which is strange. So that'll be fun. And
you know what we're not going to talk about?
What do we got?
Ships.
No ships.
Aliens.
No cults. No mafia, like none of that. No.
I'm thinking of
Conspiracies.
everything that, like, on that show Sightings. Remember? And I would always turn it off when they were like, and the ghost ship.
No.
Why no
No
ships?
alien sightings.
UFO.
Why no ships?
They're boring.
I don't know. They're so boring to me.
What if a kick-ass true crime happens on a boat?
It does sometimes, but I don't know.
I agree with the no aliens.
Yeah. Boring.
You guys don't believe in aliens,
No.
but you believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
I don't know that I believe in ghosts.
Really?
I want to.
Exclusive.
I really want to.
Right.
But I just...
Even after living in a haunted house?
Yeah, but whenever I go looking,
Well,
don't see
but
anything.
not everybody is sensitive to that. So maybe you just aren't the chosen one. I know I'm not, and I would love to experience something, but
I want to
I've
see
never-
a full-bodied apparition.
whoa, you just spoke it into existence, perhaps.
I'm going to make what is that called? A vision board.
Oh,
I'll
yeah?
make a vision board where I'm going to find a dead body.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and see a full body
See, now we're going to weird everybody out because we're always like,
No, I've been wanting to find a dead body.
really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just us. That sounds so bad, but
Well, they got to be found. We might as well find them.
right, I know. I know people that have, and I'm like, why couldn't I have been out walking in the woods on Sunday morning?
Well, because we don't go outside.
Yeah, we don't go walking in the woods. That's exactly it. So, Ken, what has got the morbs?
What has got the morbs?
Yeah.
I hope I will in about an hour after I hear one of your stories.
But what is it?
What is got
What
the
did we
morbs?
name this podcast after?
Got the morbs. Well, it's my understanding that it is an old Victorian era term.
Slang.
That has, I don't know that it was ever actually super popular. It sounds like one guy coined it and maybe tried to make it a thing. Was
but
it?
it's not anymore.
Which is, it's kind of a phrase that describes a general feeling of
Unease.
unease or morose feeling.
Yes, melancholy.
Yes, that can oftentimes take you over, especially in cases like this when you hear about some of these terrible stories. And it's a very general term that can apply to a lot of these situations. And we were thinking of a name to name this, and I don't remember who came up with
It
that.
came to me one day at work.
Yeah.
And I started giggling to myself. And then I texted you guys.
Yeah.
And it's got the word morbid in it. I mean,
Morbid, yeah.
what could be more perfect?
And if you've never had the morbs, we hope to present you with them.
We're bringing the morbs, baby.
So let's bring the morbs then. Enough
Right.
chatter. Let's bring the morbs.
All right.
So the first episode, we didn't even talk about if we're releasing weekly, monthly, what we want to do. But the first episode we're going to bring is a local one. Beth's going to tell you the story. So our next recording will be our first episode. Should we say it now or should we wait? We should probably wait.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Okay.
Keep them
So-
in suspense.
So get ready for some morbs if you don't have them already.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for hanging out with us, and we hope you'll subscribe to Got the Morbs Oddcast.
Put on 2 pairs of underwear.
Toot toot.
Okay. Okay.
Why'd you go kick?